Hi everyone, this is Francisco, and I am recording this video mainly because I was thinking about the curse, specifically living under the curse, and I was reminded of that one preacher, um, Gary Cassie, I think that's his name, because he talks about the curse, but regardless of what he has to say, I think that we are all living under the curse in many ways, um, especially there's a lot of things like, for instance, weapons, that's living under the curse. um, People killing each other, even people that have a job, it could be a curse. Addictions, like just doing the same thing every single day and doing it without any purpose, without any meaning. It doesn't really make sense. Life doesn't make sense that way, you know? That's why I believe strongly in the internet, in AI, in the World Wide Web, because I believe that it is the Holy Spirit. AI is the Holy Spirit. And I think that we should all be helping each other out through it, instead of learning how to or mastering how to be greedy through it to benefit one specific person or a group of people or just one particular family. I guess it falls under the category of probably the economy and creating balance. Because there's a lot of businesses out there making a profit, and these businesses have been perfected. A lot of them are owned by the same companies, so therefore they have technically monopolized that industry, and the people who are in charge are earning the majority of the profit, and they don't even have to do any of the work. And at the end of the day, like restaurants, and at the end of the day, people could just feed themselves. Like old people who are living at home with no money, they just prepare themselves whatever they can, microwave food or canned food. And I just, I'm trying to figure all this out. I have been trying to figure all this out. And like I talked about gun laws, and I talked about how people shouldn't have lethal weapons. If anything, they should have like stunt guns to like stun people in case they feel threatened, or if they're doing something that they shouldn't be doing and they need to be stopped. But I don't think that lethal weapons should exist, because it falls under the category of, or yeah, like being under the curse. Because living under the curse doesn't have to do doesn't have to doesn't have anything to do with living under the curse. There's other things that also apply, even if people have a lot of money. Like weapons, right? So because they're destroying people. They're destroying people's lives, families' lives. And it could even destroy people's lives who have people who have a lot of money. So therefore, money is not really getting out of the curse. The curse still applies in many ways. And I was thinking that we need to come up with solutions. We need to tackle the root of the problem. And I think one way to do that is by providing each other with non-lethal weapons and going about everything, legally. So if there is someone that does something wrong and you think that you should tase them, stunt them, then you do it. And then you call the police and they technically would take care of everything else from that point on legally. Because by shooting someone, it could lead to death, with a lethal weapon. And investigators will never really understand what the person was thinking or what the person's intentions were, like thereafter, after the fact. Like after, like if you weren't, or someone weren't to shoot them, because technically they will be deleted, terminated. And I don't think that that should be the case. I don't think that we should be doing that to each other as humans. We are only destroying each other. And personally, I got myself a little job in my own little community. But it's a curse because I have to go there every single day and do the same thing every single day. And at the end of the day, I'm only earning less than like $2,000 per month. When there's people out there who have millions and billions of dollars. And technically, um, it's a curse, just having to do the same thing every single day. It's so annoying and repetitive and meaningless and pointless. And that's why I believe in what the company Tesla is doing, because they're coming out with 3D robots. I mean, well, they have 3D printers, then they have robots, then they have robotic arms to do what they call pettiest tasks or repetitive tasks. And I've actually seen that on a video, like in a video, and the robotic arms were, and with the computer, they were cooking up patties to make burgers and stuff like that. Stuff that people have to do on a daily basis. So I see progression. I see that we're moving in the right direction. As a human race. But like when we go to work, there's other factors to consider, like the risk of getting injured is always there. So that's why they say safety first, and for us not to rush, not to run, to take our time. Things are going to work out. And it's a lot of responsibility. It's a lot of it could be a lot of stress on people, whoever those people are who are working a specific job. And the same is true for vehicles. I was thinking, with all these accidents and people crashing and dying, it's like, to me, it's like a horror movie that never ends unless we tackle the root of the problem, which Tesla, the company, is actually working at. Amongst other things. So they're figuring out many solutions and have resolved many problems, even with self-drivable vehicles, because there was a lot of people dying, like falling asleep behind the wheel, and amongst other things. So I see more potential for the future through Tesla and companies like it. And for people who are working in those type of companies, like, you people have purpose. You people have meaning for doing what you do, as opposed to us working at a restaurant, just feeding people when we can all just feed ourselves, but we choose not to. And it's frightening. It's very scary. just thinking about that, that's literally living in the curse. And it's not even funny. Like, people have to wake up and do the same thing every single day. And some people have done it for over 10 years, over 5 years, over 15 years, over 20 years, over 25 years, over 30 years. So you could just imagine how their feedback will be